I actually love these figures. These are the Mechanicus, I think it is. Mechanicus or Mechanicum. I think it's Mechanicus though. Skitarii Rangers, and I love them. I think they definitely distance themselves as a unique faction in a good way. They look unique, but they're not trying so hard to be unique that they look bad. They have their own style and they're really good at doing it. So I love these guys. I don't actually have an army of them, but I just love them. So I had to buy some of their models and paint them for you guys. Then, unfortunately, not going to score super high, but bear with me because I think they have a space in the game and I love them. But my scoring system will definitely not be their strong suit here. For the painting side of things, I love them. I've seen a few YouTubers mention how easy these things are to paint well. Um, I painted these are my second models I bought ever. So this is like 11, 12-year-old me painting these things, and they look good, for me at least. So I think I've done, a, I would call this, what do they say, battle ready, isn't it? What's it? I know there's parade ready. I think it's battle ready when you just get the colors on. Like a basic color set, no washes, pretty basic, just decals. And I think they've turned out pretty nice. Um, these models are very flimsy. I don't think flimsy is enough to describe them. They certainly follow the same issues as poor old Sanguinor's arm here, where they love to just destroy themselves as you drop them. Sadly, a Hoover, a heretical Hoover, took this guy's well, they raid on this thing to do with radioactiveness, I think, but his gun was claimed by a heretical Hoover, and I have never got it back. So he's kind of just emotional support now. He's their mascot. He just gives them words of advice, I guess. But he's there. He's good. Um, but yeah, they're nice. I mean, the paint job, like I said before, easily just a 10. I can't even understate that. 10, absolutely 10. Unless you want to do it well, 10 for an easy paint job, higher for a semi good one. Because, bear with me, at least for me, I struggle with fabric, and although there's a lot of metal here and wood, there is also a lot of fabric. So if you want to make fabric look nice, this is a quite time intensive army to do that with, because there's a lot of cloaks, and cloaks take time. If you do, what is it, Dark Angels that have the cloaked marines, I think this might be easier for you because you're used to that by now, probably. But if you're new to cloaks, that might be an issue for you. So 10 out of 10 for a semi-decent paint job, right? These guys here, right? If you want them to like this was about 2 hours of painting total for all of these guys. This is what you're looking at. So I would say this is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is pretty nice. I could see myself having an army of these and being quite satisfied. So I like that about them. Sadly, they won't get a 10 out of 10 for durability because they suffer hard. They do not like staying in one piece. They look good. I feel like my issue is I'm about to grade them very, very badly for their durability, but if they didn't have flimsy parts, they would not look as good, in my opinion. So, of course, if you look at this guy, right, for instance, he looks great, to me at least. I love the long, musket like rifle. I love the little antenna, very robotic. I love the tiny legs, he's a human after all. He has a little tail thing at the back. I love that, but I also hate that because they come off very, very easily. Um, but the issue is, then you say, well, just get rid of them, and then it's not as interesting anymore. Because if you remove his gun, give him a pistol, he's not as cool. He's not. So I feel like the things that make them flimsy also make them look good. So I wouldn't change them. Saying that, I am still grading it completely based on durability, and it is appalling. Like I just mentioned before, these guns they break constantly. And with I think it's called an arquebus. This guy's gun, holy shit! This stand here, it's so fucking delicate. It's broken more times than I can count. I had to patch this guy up so many times, and even just this antenna. Look, antenna's completely fucked. See, so these guys do not store well. Same with the Blade Guard veterans over here. In the same way their halos break all the time in storage, these guys' antennas will break all the time in storage. You need to be exceptionally careful transporting these guys to a battlefield. Um, there we go. Because these antennas will break off. Um, Again, though, it looks nice to me. But I have to score them lowly because they're pretty appalling. They love their tiny little flimsy details that will just break off immediately. So I have to give it. I mean, it's low, but a 2. I can't really give it higher than a 2. They are probably the most flimsy model I own, aside from Sanguinor. They are the flimsiest. So I would grade it a 2, maybe a 3 if you're being generous. Certainly, these guys I'd say a 3 because their guns are quite short and beefy. They're not going to break as easily as a musket. But at the same time, if you want muskets, then you're fucked. So I would definitely say 2 or 3 maybe. So that's a 10 to a 2, which is pretty intense, going from 10 to 2 so quickly. But I do think they redeemed themselves on the front of, like how well they gel with each other, because they definitely fit. If I think of, I mean, they are the basic Mechanicus infantry, I get that. They're so good at forming an army that the army's based around their style. So really, I can't give these guys anything other than 10 because every other Mechanicus infantry model and vehicle is literally based off of these guys' designs. So they are the archetype, really. So you can't really grade them anything other than a 10. So it goes 10 to 10, which is pretty crazy, really. One extreme to the other, really quickly. Overall, like I said before, I love these guys. I'd give them, despite their failings, I actually thought going into this that they would score a lot lower. Even at the beginning, I said, my method doesn't really suit these guys very well. But aside from durability, they're actually quite nice. Certainly with gelling with other things. I would say they hold a special place in my heart. I love them. I love their lore too. They're very good with the lore. Lots of lore on these guys, if you like that. Very lore heavy. Unlike, let's say, these guys, or like what? Who the fuck knows about fucking aggressors? Like what? They just appear. I mean, there's no real lore for them. They're just kind of there. Like Belisarius Core made them. End of story. Like these guys actually have history. They look incredible. So I would have to give them like a 9 or 10 because they look amazing. They have a good story. They gel well. They paint well. They're just so fucking flimsy. They are so flimsy. I can't really describe enough. Definitely be aware buying these things. They will break constantly. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys have a great time. Hope you enjoy painting them as well. I know I did. And yeah, this was the Skitarii Rangers. Hope you had a nice day. Thank you.